If your child is coming to the University of Waterloo, or you are a PhD or a professional moving here by yourself, finding the right condo can make a huge difference, not just for lifestyle, but also for long term value as well. In this video, I will break down the best condos and areas near University of Waterloo, who each one is actually good for, and what I would personally consider if this were my own family. Now, University of Waterloo, which is often referred as UW, demand drivers usually includes the very first one, and that is the students. Every year, hundreds of thousands of students come to university, plus the research student as well, research faculties as well. And the good thing about that is that ecosystem which UW built, so it also attracts so many people out of town, out of country in that specific cluster. And most often, condos near UW remains very liquid or it stays liquid. What I mean by that is rentability plus the resale, because every year or every couple of years, students do churn. So every new batch of students come every year, and the old batch goes out from there. And after talking to so many parents, what I have experienced is that there are certain mistakes that parents do. That is buying too close to university without thinking of noise, tenant quality, and things like that. Now, instead of top five condos, I have divided the homes or condos in three segments based on my experience. It was very useful to all the parents out there and also professionals looking to buy something. So the very first one in this one is the zone one, that is an immediate walk to campus, which is very student heavy area. Now, just in couple of minutes, I will show you, I will share my screen where what this cluster looks like, what this neighborhood is, and what kind of condos you can expect in terms of price point, also some of the pictures as well. But this is something that is mainly for upper year students and also for parents planning to rent out room by room basis, or also they are, or for someone who's planning to do a short term hold. And all of these condos that we are going to see is roughly about 5 to 10 minute walk. It is in a high rental demand area, and this kind of units are typically smaller units or smaller condos. Now, when you are buying in this cluster or this type of condos, make sure you know about or factor in some things like noise, the management quality or the building management quality in that one, and a less PhD kind of candidate student in this particular areas, I would say. Now, let me share my screen and see what this area looks like. So, if you see over here, this is the University of Waterloo, and this is the cluster I'm talking about. This is a King Street. This is Columbia, and this one goes down the university. Now, if you see over here, in the last 90 days, roughly about 25 condos were sold in this particular neighborhood. So let's check over here, which is very famous on Phillip Street. This is called Icon. If you see, there are 8 units sold in the Icon. All the way ranges from 1 bedroom to 3 bedroom. If you see, 1 bedroom over here is $410,000, all the way to 3 bedroom in the proximity of $640,000. Now let's look at one of the listing over here. Now this one, again, it's 330 Phillip Street, Icon. Very nice building, just directly located from University of Waterloo. So very ideal for someone who just want to walk by or want a very close proximity to university. And again, recent units, as I mentioned, most of these units are like a small condo unit, so not much in terms of square feet. But the good thing which I like in this one, even if it's a 1 bedroom, it does have a one proper bedroom and a den as well. So if you're someone, if you are sharing a room with your friend or something like that, this could be really handy or could be really useful for parents out there as well. This is the one. Again, it does come with a good amount of amenities. So that is what many students are looking for inside the condo building, which is great in this one. Tons of restaurants. By the way, the zone that we are talking about in zone one, there's so many restaurants, so many quick shops out there, which is very convenient for most of the students out there. Pictures, yeah, does come with parking if you are someone who's looking for a parking. Now let's check out a 3 bedroom. How does that factors in? Again, 600. I like the entrance in this one. Icon, really nice entrance. Again, this is a 3 bedroom. Go to section area. a workout space, a basketball. By the way, this is in between. There are two buildings in Icon, and this is on like a cantilever style of a basketball courts, which is very cool. Again, all the shops down there. So this is what the unit looks like. There's a decent kitchen with an island. Again, it's a student rental, so don't expect anything. Like again, it's a very tenanted property, so pictures are not that great. But this is something that you can expect when you're looking for a three-bedroom in the icon. Now, the next zone, that is zone two in this one, that is balanced and mixed use. This is best for parents out there. And in this one, it's nearby bungalows and freehold properties. Now, this is your sweet spot, which I recommend to all of my clients out there. If you're someone who's want to build a long-term equity and also looking for more space, I've seen many times parents buying their in this kind of properties and also professionals coming into this, and also mixture of investors who are looking for a student rental only, because this gives so much. And again, in terms of UW connection, this is like a walking distance or maybe a short under 5 minute drive. It's a better mix of all the tenants, and the good thing which in this one is like it's easier to resell, it's also easier to convert it into primary property rather than a student rental, and also a safer long term appreciation in this one. That's something you can expect. And if I were advising my own family, this is where I would focus. So let me share my screen and show you which area I'm talking about. Now this is the one we saw University of Waterloo here. We have seen a couple of condos on Phillip Street, Leicester, Hemlock, Hazel, and also on the Albert Street as well. Now there are some small streets over here like Sunview and things like that, Hemlock. So that's where all the condos are now. If you're looking for freehold properties for a bigger room, like three-bedroom upstairs, three-bedroom downstairs, where you can accommodate six students or even bigger properties, this is your opportunity over here where you can get it. And if you just move, so again, this is University of Waterloo. If we just move and remove this quadrant, if we are moving over here on Albert Street, like Hazel Street, Tamarack Drive, and all those properties over here, you will see there was one unit sold or one freehold property sold in the last 90 days. Now, if we check on this one, it's 3 plus 6. Again, like huge property, big bedrooms, and things like that, sold for $650,000. These are the two property combined. That's why it's 3 plus 6. Let's check it out. Again, freehold property, no issue with parking and things like that. You can check it out. Again, this is a little bit more on a dated side, but there are still a group of students who want to be in this kind of environment rather than in a condo. They want a good green space, their own property. So this is something it could fit in. Again, in terms of location, it could be a walking distance as well. In summer, it's easily walkable. If not, then it's a short, under 5 minute drive. And this is something that I would recommend to my client because of number of factors we have just discussed. Like it's a freehold, not a condo, so no condo fees or anything like that. Again, you can have multiple students in one, so it's a so let's say if you have a bunch of friends who are planning to go in University of Waterloo in the same years, this could be a really nice opportunity for them and also for parents out there because and I do have in past like couple of parents from the same community, they reach out because their kids were going at the same year, so they collectively get into something like this with a mutual agreement, and then it's very win-win scenario for parents out there and also for students out there. The next in this one is a zone 3, that is a quiet professional living. And this is something for like PhD students and a faculty friendly kind of neighborhood, I would say. And in this one, I'm talking about more like a lifestyle product. So you are still in that particular neighborhood area, but a little bit further from University of Waterloo. So you, of course, you will not able to walk to University of Waterloo, but it's a quick drive under 10-minute drive. And this could be a great fit for someone who is already in a PhD candidate position or something like that, or even for visiting professors. We have so many visiting professors in University of Waterloo. So great location for those and also professionals relocating to University of Waterloo. Over here, you will have much more modern lifestyle, and again, not a smaller units, but a larger 1+10 or even two-bedroom units in this particular neighborhood. Most of them are like a quieter building, not heavily focused on students or anything like that, but a mature audience. This is what if you're someone who's looking for this kind of properties. And as I mentioned, it's still close enough from the campus or to the campus, but again, not in that same vicinity. And let me show you. If we move over here, so this is University of Waterloo. We have seen condos over here in this particular neighborhood. We have seen a freehold properties, bungalows over here. The thing which I'm talking about is over here, and it is called Uptown Waterloo. And if you see, there are a couple of condos, good designed condos in Uptown Waterloo. Of course, the price point will be higher on the pricier side compared to what you're getting on like just off to University of Waterloo. So let's check it out. Now, if you see, there are two-bedroom condos for $550,000, one bedroom for $465,000, and again, these are like bigger condos. So if you see, one bedroom, one bath is 730 square feet, and many times I have seen two bedrooms and two bath in 730 square feet. So again, it's more like a lifestyle product. If you are someone who wants to have a little bit more space rather than just camp in one unit. Excellent lobby over here. If you see, again, it's Caroline Street private residences. Wonderful building. These are some of the images down there. Let's check out some of the other properties. Like this is a two-bedroom for $520,000. A really nice deal, I would say. 144 Park, one of the iconic buildings in Waterloo. Again, it's a modern building, so comes with all the amenities that most of the people are looking for. It's a small den out here. Again, decent kitchen, nice living room, good sized bedrooms. And again, that was the first bedroom. This is the second bedroom. And yeah, nicer views, higher floors. Yes, more options out here as well. Like one bedroom, you can also get it from $450,000, 181 king. Again, it's a really nice building, nice exterior, and one of the best buildings in Waterloo. Now let's talk about what to look in for a condo near UW, and this is a very important section. Now, the very first one, look at the property management companies. Now, it depends on like which company does have a property management in that one, and reach out to a local realtor who can understand this thing. The second thing to look is the soundproofing. Many times parents do care about this one, so make sure you know about it. And if you are someone who's going into condos, make sure you know what condo fees you are paying versus the amenities you are getting on that. And many times parents don't want a hype, they want a reassurance. And that's when the zone two category comes into play. They want to have some sort of an exit strategy after graduation happens. So, and also as a parent, you need to understand whether you are renting out to a grad students or undergrad students afterward, you still plan to keep that unit or that house. And I always say these things is like flexibility is what protects your investment. So make sure you're a little bit flexible when you're looking around. Every year, I speak to parents who say, I wish we had known this earlier. So, if you're planning ahead for the University of Waterloo, whether it's for your child or for yourself, I'm happy to walk you through what actually makes sense and not just what looks good out online, but what actually makes sense on ground, and happy to walk you through the process. You will find my contact details below. And if this video helped, feel free to subscribe. And I share a lot of smart buying tips and guides in Waterloo region. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.